At 19, Sir Alex Ferguson called him the most complete midfielder in the world. At 30, he was playing in Brazil's 4th division. Anderson Luis de Abreu Oliveira arrived at Manchester United in the summer of 2007, signed from Porto for around £17 million. He was barely an adult, but when he moved, the football world leaned forward. Strong, quick, technically gifted, with an engine that seemed impossible to exhaust. He was the kind of midfielder who made everything around him look easier. And in that first season, he delivered. United won the Premier League, they won the Champions League in Moscow. Anderson came off the bench in that final, scored in the penalty shootout, and lifted the trophy under the Russian night sky. 20 years old, European champion. The future felt limitless. Then quietly, it began to unravel. Knee injuries, persistent, damaging, the kind that steal not just months, but something harder to name. Sharpness, confidence, the certainty that your body will do what your mind asks. He had surgery, he came back, he got injured again. The cycle repeated across seasons that blurred into one another. He made 181 appearances for United across 9 years, but the number flatters the continuity. Long stretches were lost to rehabilitation rooms and treatment tables. The player Ferguson had described in such extraordinary terms grew harder to find on the pitch and eventually harder to find on the team sheet. In 2015, he left Old Trafford on a free transfer. Fiorentina came next, then Internacional back in Brazil, then a series of clubs that marked a man searching for somewhere his body would hold together long enough to remember who he had been. By 2019, he announced his retirement, 31 years old. Anderson's story is not one of wasted talent or poor decisions. It is the quieter, more brutal story of a body that simply could not keep pace with what the game demanded. He reached the summit, genuinely, completely. He held the trophy. Sometimes that has to be enough. If this story stayed with you, take a second to subscribe. A new one drops every week.